to do it.
Okay. I'm on the next level. Yeah! Okay. We got Karina in Utah!
Do you know that you have a nickname?
A student told me my nickname a couple semesters ago.
So I want to ask that, can you make a pose like shooting a gun?
Do I look at you or the camera?
Like this?
Oh, like this.
Did you watch the previous video?
Actually, I didn't. But I assumed that it was pretty good. Sorry.
Yes, I did. I really enjoyed it. It was very well edited. It looked really fun.
How do you feel about participating?
A little bit nervous. I don't really like being on camera. But other than that, I hope it turns out just as nice as the previous one.
Please introduce yourself.
So my name is Karina Pauls. I'm from the Netherlands and I've been with UAC for 7 years now, and I teach cognitive psychology and related topics.
So I am Professor Poram Kim. I am an assistant professor in the psychology department. This is already my 5th year here at the UAC. Currently also I am the head of the department, the lead of the professors here in the psych department.
When is your office hour? Where is your office number?
My office is on the 7th floor. It's office number 736.
It's 737.
Which classes do you teach?
I usually teach the general psychology course, Psych 1010, which all students that are psych majors need to take. My other main course is Psych 2200, which is child and adolescent development. Psych 1080, which is the scientific study of romantic relationships. It's called love and relationships. Other course is 3250, which is abnormal child psychology.
Too many. Teach cognitive psychology, sensation and perception, cognitive neuropsychology, human factors and ergonomics. What else? Memory and cognition in everyday life, a special topic on language and speech. And I have also taught.
Where is your hometown?
That's a difficult question because I was born in Korea and I was there till I was 5, but then my family moved to South Africa. Well, I grew up in a town called Stellenbosch. So when people ask me that question, I don't know exactly where my hometown is. I guess currently now that I'm back in Korea and I was born in Jeollado, Gwangju, I guess that would be my hometown. Oh, you were born there too? Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes.
What do you do on your day off?
I have too many hobbies. I like to go swimming, hiking, cycling, knitting or playing games, reading. I try to read in Korean nowadays.
Oh,
Takes very long time. I'm very slow, but yes.
I don't get days off anymore because I have a 3-year-old son. His name is Chuan and he's very active, and so he doesn't like to sit around very much. He's always wanting to go outside. So I don't really feel like I get a day off.
So my name is Karina Pauls. I'm from the Netherlands.
what is your MBTI?
My MBTI, INFP.
The latest MBTI that I have gotten is ISFJ.
What do you think the MBTI is as a psychology professor?
I think it's just one of many measures of personality. I'm not exactly sure why Koreans love the MBTI so much. Because in America, students don't really know about it. I guess maybe it's the simplicity. I think people enjoy looking at the different profiles and then seeing how they match with other people with different profiles. Yeah.
As a psychology professor, I think it's a fun plaything. Although it's maybe a good way to start talking about some ways that you see the world or behave. There's really no scientific support for using the MBTI, and I think it might even be harmful if it's been used hiring decisions for people, those kind of things. So people should be careful and know that it's not supported scientifically.
I'm not exactly sure why Koreans love the MBTI so much.
What psychologist could make us a popular person in school?
I saw this question and the next two questions and I was like, I I don't really know. From a personal perspective and not so much like as a cognitive psychologist, I would say genuine interest and listening to the other person is some way that you can like build good connections with people. I think Professor Kim has better answers to these questions.
What are some love tips that you can give as a psychology professor?
Again. But yeah, I can comment one thing from a cognitive psychology perspective. We tend to, especially when in disagreements, maybe your feelings when they get hurt, you're very much stuck in your own perspective. It can always help to take a step back, look at it from the other person's intentions rather than your hurt feelings, and that might help. That would be like my cognitive psychology tip.
I think a big tip that I would give is to find out what your attachment style is. So attachment is describing this very intense emotional bond between a baby and a parent. However, there's lots of research and theoretical basis showing that there's linkages from that early relationship to later romantic relationships as adults. So if you understand, are you a secure attachment style because you received a lot of love and affection from your parents and now you've built lots of trusting relationships with people? Or are you more of a dismissing style? When you were a child, you either received a lot of harsh parenting or you received a little bit of like at an arm's length kind of parenting. Then you have this idea of relationships being not so valuable. Just like you experienced as a child, you keep other people at an arm's length distance. And then another type is a preoccupied style. You become preoccupied with your partner and you don't allow them enough space, where you're jealous often and you're always wanting them to contact you, and there's this preoccupation because it's based on anxiety. In the early years where parents are a little bit inconsistent in their parenting, sometimes they're very loving and affectionate, and then other times they're harsh, or other times they don't respond. As adults, this tends to show as this preoccupation over the relationship. And the last style is fearful, where this is like a mixture of various different kind of styles, where you sometimes are a little bit avoidant, but then sometimes you're preoccupied, or you get aggressive and violent in relationships. And this is usually based on being abused as a child or receiving lots of severe treatment as a child, unfortunately. And so understanding whether you're secure, dismissing, preoccupied, or fearful can give you lots of insights into how you love other people.
And I was like, I don't really know.
For students majoring in psychology, what are some resources or opportunities to make the most of during their undergraduate years?
I would say explore very widely. Take courses from all the different disciplines. Maybe see if you can get research experience or an internship. Also talk to the CIDC for suggestions for summer jobs or maybe advice for things to do after you graduate. Know that like psychology is a very broad field and there's so many opportunities that you might not have thought about. I would say just explore. Do as many things as you can.
Two other things. You want to get some research experience. All 5 of us are going to be offering research experience. And each of us have different expertise, so we're going to be able to offer different types of research experience. So you want to find out what the expertise of each professor is and see if it matches well with you, and then contact us. Personally, I have expertise in developmental psychology, which is looking at development over time. And so the research experience that I provide is learning a behavioral coding system where we look at videos of infants and toddlers interacting with their parents, and I teach students and train students on how to code, which is assign numbers to parenting qualities. So that's a specific research experience that I'm providing, but other students should find out, students should find out what the other professors are doing. Another thing that I'm trying to do is make better linkages to Salt Lake campus. So there's a lot more professors there, and bigger labs, and bigger projects happening. And then the other main thing, internships. So Professor Hana Yu, she is overseeing the internship program. We have lots of sites already that have partnerships with our campus that allow students to come and, again, get various experiences working in agencies that are directly related to psychology. Internships can be very useful in helping you figure out what you want to do or figuring out what you don't want to do. So those are the two main things I would suggest.
What is the appeal point of psychology compared to the other majors in UC?
I think psychology offers wisdom, human relationships that can be applied to your workplace, into your family, into your relationships, friendships. It's so useful for you in life because we're social beings. Psychology gives us lots of insight into how do we do relationships well. So I think that's the benefit.
Know that psychology is a very broad field and there's so many opportunities that you might not have thought about. I would say just explore.
Okay, let's do a balance game.
Okay.
Students who are absent without permission versus students who sleep in class.
The first, students that are absent without permission.
Can you tell me why?
I don't know, I think when students are in class and they're sleeping, they're very distracting. But I understand though, because I know college students are very sleep deprived. I understand it, but it's not conducive to the classroom.
Both are okay as long as they don't do it too often.
Oh, really? Okay, next. Students who ask questions every 5 minutes in class versus students who don't ask questions.
Students who ask lots of questions, I definitely prefer that, and I encourage that actually. It makes class so much more interesting. So no, I love that. So yeah, go for it.
Ask questions, please. Ask questions, yes.
If you're a student, what kind of classes will you take? A lot of assignment versus exam difficulty?
The second, I would definitely just take courses that have more difficult exams because, too many assignments are time consuming. Yeah, so I'd rather just study for the exam and do well and then be...
Lots of assignments?
Why?
Because that helps train the skills.
Which students should come to the psychology department?
Every student.
Every student.
All students. Psychology is everywhere. Even if you're in one of the other majors, if you're in film or in business, come take a class with psychology because it's going to help you understand how people think and behave, which is very useful to know when you're writing a film script or when you're creating a business plan for meeting with people and interacting with people. So psychology is everywhere.
In other departments, some worries about the exam difficulties.
My exams are not easy. I'm sorry.
I would say if you love human beings and you're curious about human beings, why do they do that, or how do they do that, or why do they think about it in those kinds of ways, or how are they behaving in this way? And if you have this innate curiosity and affinity towards human beings, I say be a psych major.